All right, here with Nick Monroe, who is one of the only people who's been on the podcast twice at this point. I think it's just you and Nicole Melikar was on twice as well. So welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, boss. Thanks for having me.
So we're here at World TeamTennis. We're about at the halfway point. Your team has had kind of an up and down season. It's been a lot of fun to watch. How's the season been so far from the player's perspective?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. I mean, we have 5 teams here in one location, so being able to kind of have everyone in one spot and not having to travel too far and everyone, being able to get enough rest, and it's really been some great matches, tough competition. As we said, right now I think we're 2-5. We've had a couple, maybe 2 or 3 matches that we serve for the match. So, we could also be 5-2 right now. And so that's kind of the nature of the format, is with the deciding points and everything. It goes one way or the other pretty quickly, but that makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
That makes the pressure moments fun. I think the team is really enjoying it. We have, some new players. We had Sabrina Santamaria playing doubles, and then now Alexa Garaci taking her spot. So it's been fun just to share the court with the team and cheer for each other.
Yeah, and I know y'all had a tough, early on y'all had a tough line call or something with a new system. Yeah,
we were up 3-1 in the final tiebreaker, going first to 7, and we were up 3-1. Okay. Had thought we had won the point on a serve to go up 4-1, and then 5 seconds later they're like, well, let's double check the mark, and they checked it, and anyways, it was a bad line call on the system, and so then we ended up losing the match, ended up going to 3-2 as opposed to 4-1, and then all of a sudden lost the breaker. But it's been fun again. We're just having a good time with it.
Yeah, and that's been one thing that I've noticed a lot. So I was here last month for the BNP and chatted with a couple players and a couple coaches, and it seems not that y'all are taking this seriously, and I can see the effort out there, but it definitely seems a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more kind of lighthearted.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're definitely taking it seriously. Obviously, for me, I mean, I've been on playing University of North Carolina. Alexa Garaci played Alabama. Mm-hmm. So, we've been on the team before, but this is the one time that we can be on a team again, as opposed to only Davis Cup or something. So it's great for us to be on a team, but yeah, we're definitely, we talk about at the end of matches, like we want our teammates to win so bad, to win for themselves, but also for the team, so that we can keep progressing. And almost to the point where after these matches, it's 2.5, 3 hours long once the match finishes, and we're exhausted. It's more like mentally exhausted, just wanting the team to win. You're physically exhausted, not because the match was too long, it's only first of 5 games, but just you're putting everything, all your effort and energy into it. But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. And each team has a dedicated coach. Y'all have Kamal Murray as your coach. How much does that play an impact? How much coaching is going on out there? Talk about that
I think for, Kamal's been great for us. Obviously, he coached Sloane Stephens for a long time and has some other players that he's worked with. And that's great for Sloane to be able to have Kamal there and be able to, pick his brain when she's in a tough moment. And then obviously, just anytime you can have a separate set of eyes watching and seeing what's happening in the match is always good. So I think he's been great for us, making adjustments in matches. But again, I think it also comes down to the team. If I'm seeing something in the women's doubles match, I'm helping them. If, Sloane and Alexa are seeing something in our men's doubles match, we're all helping each other as a team, which makes it great.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's talk strategy a little bit for World TeamTennis. So during the season, you've got deciding points. World TeamTennis, it seems like they play maybe an even bigger role because the sets are a little bit shorter. How do you think about the deciding points? Let's say you're the serve team.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's times, let's say, as a team, we might be up by 2 games, and then you'll have a deciding point in that service game or return game. And if you win that, you go up by 3 games. If you lose that, you're up by 1 game. So it's a huge swing, in terms of momentum and games. And so those deciding points are crucial, and we try to just play those deciding points aggressively as a team. We go for our biggest, best serves or the returns that we like to hit, and really try to play, not conservative. Go for what you feel like is your winning play. And sometimes the team comes up with a better shot, but again, you just want to go for your best stuff.
Yeah. So how do you weigh that? Like, let's say you're playing doubles, you're playing Steve Johnson, right? And He's returning from the deuce court right now. So obviously the backhand's the weakness, right?
Yeah.
So let's say your favorite serve is, I don't know if this is true for you, but let's say your favorite serve is the wide serve.
Yeah.
How do you balance that versus?
Yeah, no, I think obviously you want to kind of, if something is a weakness and you feel like, okay, if I can serve to this weakness and you know they're going to return to a particular spot in the doubles court, then you set up a play where, okay, we're going to run that play because that's where he normally likes to return. If he ends up going the other way, that's fine. We'll be ready for it, but we're going to set up this play. So I think that, I mean, you go into every match knowing what the strengths and weaknesses are of your opponents, and and you want to try to use that to your advantage and really just try to come away with the win.
Yeah. So, what about your work with Tennis Channel? Are you going to be doing some of that this week?
This week, no, I haven't been doing any work this week with Tennis Channel. Last week I was doing Next Gen Final and the Stockholm ATP event. That was last week before the WTT started. But I will be doing some work following this event for Black History Month. We're going to talk about 14 different stories, and then that'll be on Tennis Channel throughout February for Black History Month.
Awesome, very cool. So World Team Tennis is, I think it's only one of 5 times during the year where you get to play mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Talk about mixed doubles strategy. How do things change when you're playing with a WTA partner?
Yeah, no, I think I feel like a lot of the mixed doubles matches have been coming down to the female service games. So how is the male player? How can you help your partner hold serve? How can you help the WTA player hold serve? Just because everyone returns so well these days, and so as a net player, you want to be able to help your partner hold serve. Most of the times the guys are holding serve relatively easy, and then it comes down to, okay, I need to help Alexa or Sabrina hold serve here, and so that's where it just is about becoming more active as a net player, doing everything you can just to help out, and then coming up with certain game plans as a team to be able to put yourself in that position.
So you're going to be a little more active at the net.
Yeah, you're going to be more active at the net to help the WTA player, and then also sometimes be a little bit more aggressive on the return so that the other team isn't hitting to the WTA player quite a lot. If I can be more aggressive on the return, and then maybe they pop up a few balls, then maybe I can keep being more aggressive on my side of the court as opposed to letting them attack the WTA player throughout the course of the point. Yeah,
it's an interesting balance, and watching it this week. I think there was a match, it was either last night or the night before, where somebody threw up a lob, and then Katie McNally was at the net, and she had an easy overhead, but she ducked and let Marcelo have it, and he actually missed it.
Yeah, he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it in the net. Was this against you, maybe?
No, I was watching. Okay. But it's a balance, right? Obviously you know that everyone can play, but you want to have the most power on the court that you can in those particular moments. If there's an overhead that goes up between me or Alexa, she's probably going to let me take it. Or if there's a ball in the middle of the court, I'm probably going to take it. And it's just trying to find that extra power to maybe get a free point so that the point's not extended. Right,
exactly. Because, there had been a point or two, I don't know if it was the same night, but maybe in another match where you'd see Katie take the overhead, and then the other team is able to deflect it back, and they're able to get that. So it's an interesting balance, trying to kind of manage that. So a lot of listeners live in Texas. A lot of them live in Austin. You're in Austin. What are your off-season plans for this year?
Yeah, no, I normally train at Westwood Country Club. It's very close to downtown. So, my dad lives in Austin now. He's been there about 2 years. He started me playing when I was 4 years old. So I'll do quite a bit of work with him. I also work with Lance Hooten, who is Andy Roddick's former fitness trainer throughout Andy's entire career. So Lance lives there in Austin. He works with Major League Baseball guys, a lot of pro athletes. So I'll do a lot of fitness work with him, work with my dad. And then, there's a few players on the University of Texas team that I hit with as well. Okay. And a couple guys that just started on the tour. Colin Marks played at UT, just started on the tour. So we hit with him. And then Jackson Withrow also just moved to Austin, and Jackson's a top 100 doubles player. So he moved to Austin about 3-4 months ago. So we'll be doing some work there together.
Awesome. And then for next year, What's the plan? You had some good wins with Tiafoe this year. You're going to stick with him?
Yeah, the plan is for Francis and I to stick together. We'll be playing in Australia, and then leading into tournaments in February or March, whatever it might be, and we've had some great results. I think for us it's just about playing as many matches as we can and getting the match count up. But when we have played, we beat some big teams, whether it was Granollers or Bios and Pospisil, Chapeau and stuff in Australia last year. And obviously we know we can make some big runs. We just need to play enough and play enough tournaments, and then we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then how will you balance the schedule? I know Tiafoe probably has to prioritize singles.
And that was a lot of what happened this year. Obviously he's got to prioritize the singles, which we both know that. It's funny you're saying that because he just FaceTimed me right now. But he's got to prioritize his singles, and I think and just on those off weeks I'll find someone else to play with. Like this year I played a couple tournaments with Taylor Fritz. I played with Riley Opelka, Brandon Nakashima, and some different. I like playing with the singles guys for the most part right now. It's just kind of, as a doubles player, then you can focus on yourself, improving your game, whether it's serve, return, and with the singles players, they always serve well, return well, and it's just kind of helping find that balance. Yeah,
absolutely. The serve and the return are, I always tell people that's the two things that really people have to focus on in doubles. And it was funny, when I was here last month for the BNP, I went and watched a lot of teams practice on match day. So if they had like a 2:00 match, they'd go out and practice from like noon to 1, and then I guess from 1 to 2 maybe they're kind of staying warm on the bike or whatever. And of that hour, I would say at least 30 minutes of it was serving and returning.
Yeah, serving and returning is everything for doubles, right?
Yeah.
When I'm practicing, it's at least half of the practice is a serve and return. I've also started to kind of get into liking to play some practice sets. Like if I know I'm playing at 3:00 in the afternoon, like I'll go play a practice set maybe at 10 or 11. And so just getting some more point play as well is always good. Getting on the court, getting some point play. I've kind of felt that's good leading into matches as well.
Yeah. And how's the warm up working for World Team Tennis? Is it any different than the regular tour? Like you've got a match at 3 today. So what's the plan?
No, we as a team we'll go hit it from 1:30. We're gonna hit from 1:30 to 2:15, and then they have a pasta station there for the players in the lounge. So we'll just grab a quick pasta, change, and then get ready to go. So it's fun. Again, warming up with your team. So I'll be warming up with Tommy Paul, Lexa Gracci will be warming up with Sloane Stevens, and we'll get a good 30-40 minute hit in, and then get ready to battle.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I would go through the rapid fire questions, but I think we did those last time.
Yeah, we did.
So, quick episode, but it was fun to catch up with you here in the lobby. Hopefully we can do maybe a round 3 at some point next year.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, man.
If you want to become a smarter doubles player and start winning more matches, then join the Tennis Tribe Doubles Strategy newsletter. Every single Thursday, I'll send you a new doubles tip or tactic that you can use in your very next match. And when you join, you're going to get a free guide on how to play with more confidence and start dominating at the net in doubles. My name's Will. I'm the founder of the Tennis Tribe, and over the last 5 years, I've worked with players at every level of the game, from USTA 3.0 players all the way to Division I college programs, as well as some of the top 10 doubles players in the world. And on Thursdays, with this strategy newsletter, I share that knowledge and advice that I've gained over the years with you. So to sign up, you can go to thetennistribe.com. And again, you'll get that free net play guide when you join.